Welcome to the class. Thank you so much for joining and for supporting this venture. It's a cheap way to get yoga, or a free way to get yoga, but if you do pay, then it all goes to BEAT, the UK's main eating disorders charity, something close to my heart. Something really, I mean, we all have a relationship with food, with our bodies, with exercise, and in some instances this becomes really, really difficult, and maybe that's something that we can all relate to, and we have to adapt in lockdown with our virtual yoga and with the kinds of things that we're eating. So imagine if you don't have that much of an issue with that kind of stuff, that it's already quite disruptive and already a bit challenging. So if you do have pre-existing struggles, then it must be really difficult for people at the moment. So the work that BEAT does really helps a lot of people. Heard a lot of people talking to me this week about how helpful BEAT is and the virtual support that they provide around food, eating, meal times, and just general advice. So thank you so much. I also read something on social media that really annoyed me this week, which was somebody saying, I think a couple of people have posted this, if you didn't succeed at writing your book or whatever it was didn't meet your goals during the lockdown, then it wasn't that you didn't have the time, it was that you didn't have the motivation or something like this. You don't have an excuse. And I don't know about you, but I think that I think they said you lack discipline. Yeah, but I think that thinking about what you lack all of the time isn't the most positive way to approach things, especially when we're missing so many things at the moment. But also, it's a time just to get through, isn't it? Maybe we don't have to be thinking, how can I make the best use of this time? Maybe we don't have to be getting further in any kinds of ways. So the practice today is more of a holding practice. And I'm really that kind of type A person that is always the next thing. Yeah. So, I do the handstand, always the next thing. I've got to push into the handstand. Or I do the splits, fine, over splits. Yeah. And that constant need for more and more, and that discipline that requires, sometimes that can be really unhelpful when what you really need to do is just to survive and to get through things. And the practice of yoga is about connecting with where you are now, not about where you're going to be, even though we hope that it's going to be helpful. So today, a bit of a holding space, a bit of a maintenance kind of class. And then the funny thing is that sometimes when you let go of needing to get somewhere and you just go into that maintenance space, things just open up, and they happen to open up naturally. So that's the idea that we're going with today. Letting go of thinking, what do I lack and where do I need to get to? And being okay with not getting further. Yeah, and that shows up in our practice all the time. It shows up when you're like trying to reach your chin towards your foot, and just letting go of that and then seeing what happens in the body. Yeah. If you're newer to yoga, especially with me, then just try and take it easy if it becomes too difficult. So somebody was talking to me earlier and I said, my main piece of advice, if you're new to the class, is just don't do anything that hurts. Yeah, we don't want it to be a painful thing. And we don't really have that idea of discipline in that sense, that you stick with something painful. Have to listen to it. So in that spirit, we're going to come into downward facing dog. You can put the playlist on now if you want to. I'll put it on very quietly so I feel like I am not talking into the abyss. And we find downward facing dog on your mat. So this is a starting place. If you're not sure what it is, you take your legs back to a plank, bend the knees, push the chest back towards the legs and start to walk it out. So I want you to really make it move a little bit. Don't get too attached to the shape. So that V shape might be what you see in the textbook, but right now what you actually need might be completely different. Let the head go. So really try and drop the tension out of the back of the neck that holds so much effort all of the time, especially if you're crunching your head up to look at a computer screen. Massage through the back of the legs. Maybe heels sinking towards the floor. And maybe you can get a bit of a movement through the shoulders so that you look underneath alternate armpits. And now this part of our spine, the thoracic spine, somebody mentioned before the class started. With our lifestyles, with our posture, it gets really tight and also really weak. So tight and weak often go together. Something getting tight doesn't necessarily mean it's getting stronger. And it's not about getting somewhere, getting stronger, it's about releasing and letting go of the tension. You can now start to walk the feet up towards the back of the hands, but can you enjoy that journey instead of being like, bang, I'm at the back of my hands already? yeah? Keep your hands on the floor if you can, and that means bending your legs, yeah? Feet hip width apart like they were in downward dog, and start to sway side to side, but keep your feet really plugged down into the floor. Head can still be heavy. Try and keep your knees facing forwards. There can be some movement in the hip with the bum swaying side to side. But seeing if you can make it more of a spinal movement than a sort of lower body movement. Good, slow it down. So like you're drawing your fingers on the sand, hands coming to the rest on the floor, and then softly chin to the chest, uncurl through the spine. Roll the shoulders back and reach the arms all the way up. Good, exhale, hands coming through prayer. Now scooping up from the floor, inhale. Exhale out. Good, inhale, scoop up from the floor. Exhale, release. One more time, inhale, scoop from the floor. Lift all the way up and then try and peel your heels off the floor and keep looking up, but not throwing the head back. Really, really nice. And can you be suspended in space, neither here nor there, neither feet on the ground nor flying in the air? And that's okay, but you're not getting anywhere. Good, inhale. Exhale, heels float down to the floor. They don't come crashing down to the floor as you release the arms. Palms face forwards as you step the feet together at the front of the mat, Tadasana. Really nice. Zip up the inner thighs. See if you can get the chest nice and open without the ribs popping out. So you need to contain the ribs into the abdomen. Really nice. Starting to speed up a little bit. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Legs could bend. Inhale, halfway lift. Chest forwards. Exhale, left leg goes back. Now, lift the hands off the floor and swing the arms backwards and forwards. Now, it doesn't have to be a very formal movement. Get a pendular feeling in the shoulders. Start loosening up that thoracic area. Good, your back knee can come on the floor if it's a bit much. Good, and then start to make it a bit bigger. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, reach back with the hands, forwards with the chest. Inhale, lift up. Good, exhale, forwards with the chest. Try not to collapse onto the front leg. Inhale, lift up. One more time. Deepen the breath. Inhale, lift up and hold. Exhale, shoulders down. Really try and squeeze that left glute forwards, that right glute backwards. So you're squeezing the thighs in towards each other. Brilliant. Inhale, look up. Kind of like you're in the Lion King, yeah? Good, exhale, hands come down. Step back, plank position. Inhale. Weight in the thumbs. Exhale, knees, chest, chin towards the floor. Glide yourself through onto your belly, Cobra pose. Exhale, push back, seat towards the heels, tuck the toes, lift the seat, downward facing dog. Been here before, but this time it's a bit more still, a little bit more settled. Rolling the shoulders out, taking the tailbone up. Brilliant. Bend the knees, look forward, step or jump forwards, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach all the way up, lengthen, try not to throw the head back. Exhale, hands coming through the middle of the chest and releasing. Inhale, reach up. Good, exhale, forwards into your toes, not pushing back into the heels. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right leg goes back and start swinging the arms. So if it's already too much and you're completely collapsed on the front thigh, pull up the right leg a bit more. Pull the left leg back a little bit more. Or put the right knee down on the floor. Good, start to slow it down a bit. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, chest forwards, hands back like you're pushing the air out of the way. Inhale, lift up. Good, exhale, pushing the air out of the way. One more time, inhale, lift up. Try and look up a little bit. Really try and squeeze the inner thighs together. Pull the kneecap up on the right leg. Inhale. Exhale, hands coming down, stepping back. Plank. Inhale. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Holding it there. And then can you push yourself back up? So exhale, elbows in a couple more times. Good, inhale, pushing back up. The bum is high here, it's not chaturanga. Exhale down and slide into Cobra. Good, really nice. Now snake the head side to side. See if you can maybe roll the shoulder with it a little bit. So your Cobra has to be free to slither along the floor, not be crunched back and looking up towards the sky, although that's quite nice if it's sunny. Good, inhale through the middle. Exhale, seat back towards the heels, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Brilliant. Roll the shoulders out. All those things you know about downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look forward. Step or jump forwards, chair pose. Weight back in the heels, arms reaching up. Squeezing the inner thighs, squeezing the glutes. And then exhale, release. Palms facing forwards. Really nice. Inhale, reach up. Palms touch. Exhale, fold forwards into the toes. Pull the breath out. Inhale, halfway lift. Good, exhale, bend the legs. Step or jump back to plank and lower down in one breath. Knees could be on the floor. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Shoulders down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, inhale, right leg goes up. Exhale, foot quietly between the hands, left knee down on the floor. Keep the back toes tucked under. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, bring your hands onto your bum. So, I love to do this in class, but people feel uncomfortable about squeezing their bum in class for some reason. Yeah? So push your left glute forwards and feel under your hand that it's really firm. Yeah, your left glute should be firm. The right bum shouldn't be sticking out. Hug that right knee in towards the midline. Good, and then inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, forearm comes on the thigh. Inhale, left arm up. And exhale, you push forwards and lean over, but try and keep that same coming in of the right knee and that same pushing forwards of your left glute. And it's much harder than doing this and flopping out, yeah? So really keep it nice and active. You can untuck the back toes and press the top of the foot into the floor if you like. Just makes the next bit a bit harder. Good, and then inhale, lift your left arm up. And then bringing it down, release the right arm. Tuck the back toes under. Inhale, arms both reach up. And then exhale, push forwards, but kick the heel to take the bum backwards. Good, inhale, lift up. Exhale, push. Right toes up, bum back. Good, inhale, lift. Now try and keep the chest open. Exhale, push. And then inhale, lift. One more time, exhale, push and hold. So your right leg is really pulling back, toes really turning up towards the sky. Can you get your chest a bit more forwards without rounding the spine? Good, and then step on that right foot, hands down, push back to plank and lower down. Really nice. Inhale, lifting up. Upward dog or cobra, your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog and hold. So 5 breaths here. Try and really lengthen out the breath. Notice that when you're not moving into a different posture or a more advanced posture, you are constantly moving. And whether that's forward to somewhere better or whether that's just moving through time, that is enough. Really, really nice. Take a big breath in. Open the mouth. Shake the head out, bend the knees, look forwards. Step or jump forwards, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach all the way up. Lift your chest. Exhale, hands coming through prayer. So somebody said split. We already did one. Inhale, lift up. We did half a split. Exhale, fold. Hands coming down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend. Step or jump back and lower down. Elbows in. Inhale, float up the chest. Cobra or upward dog. Try and vary it a bit. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, inhale, left leg goes up. Exhale, foot quietly between the hands, back knee down, and lift yourself up. Notice everything is quite boxed off. Very easy to slouch, yeah, but really make it contained, especially if you don't like that. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands on the bum, pushing the right glute forwards, so that half of the pelvis shouldn't be behind the left half of the pelvis. Yeah, I'm really confined. This is somewhere where less is actually more. Good, inhale, reach up through the left hand. Exhale, forearm down on the thigh. Inhale, lift up through the right arm. And exhale, push the right hip forwards and lean over whilst squeezing the left knee in towards the midline. You can untuck the back toes, press the top of the foot into the floor. Deep stretch into the psoas, but try not to let everything hang out. Yeah? Really, really good. Try squeezing the right glute forwards. Sometimes the simpler movements, the smaller movements, are actually harder. So that idea that getting further is doing something bigger and bolder and more dramatic, not necessarily the case. Good, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, release both the arms. Tuck the back toes under. Inhale, reach both arms up. And then exhale, push the left heel forwards, get your chest forwards. Good, and try not to round on the way back up. You lift beyond your leg. Inhale. Exhale, push. And then inhale, hands go even further forwards. Chest stays open. Good, exhale, push. Bum back, pull up the left leg. Inhale, lift up. Last time, exhale, hold. So can you really pull back through that left heel towards the glute? Can you have all your toes turning up rather than out to the side, especially if there's a lot of ballet in your life, yeah? So really get them turned up, not out. Good, and then chest stays open as you roll onto the left foot, hands come down, step back plank. Exhale, chaturanga, knees could be down, inhale, lift up the chest, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog, and that bit is where you really need to take care because it's the bit you know, so you don't switch off. Really good. Bend the knees, look forward, step or jump forwards, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, release the arms. Tadasana, good. Take a couple of moments to roll the shoulders out, to get rid of any sort of twitches in your legs, any tweaky bits, just move it a bit. Good, and then reset back at the front of your mat. So moving on to more of a B series. Inhale, chair pose. Fingertips touch the floor and then lift up, shoulders down. Exhale, chest to the thighs, then straighten the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend, step or jump back, lower down. Knees could be down, one straight line. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your tailbone. Right foot forwards, left foot steps in, heel down, rise up. Warrior one, left hip facing forwards, so not out to the side. Everything facing forwards, left shoulder, right shoulder. Inhale, look up. Exhale, hands down, step back, lower down. You could float the right foot if you want to. Inhale, lift up the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg forwards, right foot steps in a bit. It's not as long as a lunge, lifting up. Right glute should be working hard, chest contained. Inhale, look up. That extra breath there. Exhale, hands down, step back, lower down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, downward facing dog. So that is sun salutation B. Quite a bit longer than sun salutation A. And trying to really get that feeling of stretching one movement into the other and linking the movement and the breath. So there's not really a point where you stop, apart from that warrior one when you lift up. Good, bend the knees, look forward, step or jump forwards, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the legs, chair pose, finish as you started. Exhale, Tadasana, release the arms. So making that a little bit more interesting. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, hands to prayer in the middle of the chest. Try and get the weight back in the heels a little bit. So that you're just perching on a bar stool rather than sat in a beanbag. Yeah? Inhale. Exhale, right elbow outside the left knee. And try and keep your knees together. Try and get the thumbs right in the middle of the chest. Yeah, so you're spinning your chest through and the right shoulder goes under so the left shoulder can go back. Good, inhale, lift and branch the arms away from each other. Spread the hands away from each other. Good, and as you exhale, bring the hands back into prayer and keep spinning the chest through, not towards the floor. Good, inhale, open, blossom the arms. Good, exhale, hands to prayer in the middle of the chest. One more time, inhale. So you're flying through the air. Good, exhale, hands to prayer. Now inhale up through the middle, reach the arms up, stay low. Exhale, chest to the thighs, then straighten the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend, step or jump back, lower down. Inhale, float up. Now here, your shoulders stay down the whole time. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, inhale, right leg goes up. Exhale, knee to the nose. Now try and really round up the forehead, crunch the abdomen into the spine. Inhale, lengthen it back up. Try not to throw it up. Good, exhale, knee to the nose. Maybe the forehead high on the tiptoe of the left foot. Good, inhale, take it back up. Don't swing, keep the hip closed. Exhale, knee to the nose. This is core strength. Really hold it there. Look between the hands. Right foot in between the hands. Step the back foot in, rise up. Warrior one. Exhale, hands on your bum again. Left glute working super hard down to the left heel. You should feel that. And the back of the pelvis even, not opening out towards the left. And then re-reach your arms. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Squeeze the inner thighs together, turn the palms forwards. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, brush the air out the way, chest forwards, hands back, palms facing up, triceps working behind the ribs, and hold. So, you could interlace the thumbs, really squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other, get rid of some of that desk posture. You could interlace the hands and shoot the knuckles back and really get the whole wrist coming to touch. And then you start or continue that journey with your breath. Inhale, chest forwards. And then exhale, maybe your chest goes further towards the side, but it doesn't. Round, yeah? Try not to stick the chin out. It really doesn't get you much further forwards into the posture. That is where it creeps in, this desire to always be further ahead. Lengthen the back of the neck, get your whole spine long, including your neck. Really, really nice. And then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the front leg, step forwards into chair and keep your grip on your arms. Now you can stick your bum out a little bit, stick your chest out a little bit, whichever grip you have. Inhale, and then exhale, chest to the thighs, then straighten the legs, tip forwards into your leg. Good, really nice. You might need to bend the knees a little bit, try and keep the legs together, and then release the arms, bring them down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend, step or jump back, lower down. Your choice, Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So when you lift up your leg, you don't open the hip. So inhale, the left leg goes up, and try not to wave it out. Yeah, squeeze the inner thighs together. Take an extra breath, inhale. Exhale, knee to the nose, and really add a bit of resistance, like you're wading through treacle. Good, inhale, lift up, lengthen, straight left leg. Good, exhale, knee to the nose, arch up through the spine. One more time, inhale, lift up. Weight is always in the thumb side of the hand. Exhale, knee to the nose, hold it there. Look at your thumbs, are they straight? Are they on the floor? And then left foot comes down, right foot steps in, inhale, lift up, warrior one. Exhale, hands coming onto your glutes. Yeah, so it's all about the glutes for me this week. I've been doing lots of work on pelvic stability, and I realised that my glutes are always off. Yeah, so really try and work that right glute forwards. Good, check are the hip points facing forwards, or are they sticking out towards the right? Good, and then inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Good, inhale, look up a bit, turn the palms forwards. And then exhale, like you're laying your chest forwards on air and shooting your hands back like you're a dart, flying through the air. Good, take a different grip on your hands. So maybe interlace the thumbs. You know, you can feather out the fingers, kind of like badminton. Really, really nice, like a shuttlecock. Get the chest lengthening, inhale. Exhale, maybe a little bit further forwards, but not sticking the chin out. Keep the shoulders dragging down. Go for a really straight spine rather than rounding up and thinking you're getting further towards somewhere you don't actually need to be. Good, inhale, lift a little bit, chest open. Exhale, bend the left leg, right leg legs to the left. Inhale, lift up, keep the legs bent. Exhale, drape the chest forward, then straighten the legs. Forward fold, maybe a bit funny on your balance. Try and lift and take your tailbone a bit higher. Chest, belly coming towards the thighs. Inhale, and exhale, bend the legs, release the hands, bring them down on the floor. Inhale, reach up, chair pose. Exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale, lengthen the waist. And then exhale, left elbow outside the right knee. Really, really good. Try and draw the left shoulder under to get the right shoulder back, rather than just crunching the right shoulder back. The thumbs should be in the middle of your chest, not on your right armpit or on your right nipple, yeah? To get this feeling that you're moving more than you are. Good, inhale, branch the arms. Good, spin the chest through a bit more. As you exhale, don't turn the chest towards the floor, bring the hands together. Good, inhale, spin through a little bit more, thoracic spine. Good, exhale, hands come to prayer. You don't turn it all down to the floor. One more time, inhale, open. Good, and exhale, hands come to prayer. What you want to do is turn to the floor, come back to neutral. Inhale, reach up through the middle, there it is. Exhale, Tadasana. Really good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Weight coming into the toes. Take breaks when you need to. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump back. Lower all the way down onto your belly. And inhale, Cobra. Good. So in your Cobra, you can lift the hands off the floor. And it's the same height. Yeah? It's not halfway house between upward dog and Cobra. So really try and just get the back muscles peeling you off the floor. Really opening through the thoracic. Good, inhale, reach the arms forwards. And then exhale, take them back. Peel the spine up a bit more without touching the floor. Inhale, reach forwards. Try not to lose height. Exhale, push up a little bit more. One more time, inhale. And exhale, push back. And then bring the hands under the shoulders. Push back, sit on your heels and round yourself up. Good, just sit on your heels. Nice neutral spine, getting the breath back. Really good. So yoga, like life, is full of so many contradictions. There's me saying it's not about doing more, and then I say, lift up a little bit more. Yeah. So it's about maybe about more space in the body, but not more shape for the sake of it. More connection, maybe. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, push forwards to plank. Good, inhale. Exhale, knees down. Rounding back to sit on your heels. You're taking this a little bit further. One movement, one breath. Inhale, forwards to plank. Exhale, knees down. Round up. Inhale, sweep forwards to plank. Exhale, round. One more time, inhale, forwards to plank. Exhale, round. Now this time, inhale, lift your arms up. Take your chest up. And exhale, arms out. Push the hip forward, but lift out of your lower back. Like you're the angel of the north that's looking up towards the sky, because for once, it's sunny. Really nice. Inhale, reach up. Close the chest. Neutral spine. And then exhale, come down to sit on the heels. It's a variation of camel. Inhale, forwards to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let it go. Pedal out through the knees. Get the lower spine releasing. Don't want to crunch into the lower spine to do a back bend. Good, and then settle. Inhale, right leg goes up. Exhale, foot quietly between the hands. Inhale, left arm out, warrior two, and keep looking forward. So you spin that left heel down. Now I cycled past somebody this week, one of my regular cam yoga students. We were outside Sainsbury's, and we saw each other and we were like, hi, and then she was like, no, hang on a minute. And then she went, warrior two. And I was so impressed. And people looked at us like we were very, very strange. Good, inhale, reverse. Exhale here, look down. Good, just turn that left palm to face up towards the sky. And imagine you're holding a massive beach ball in between your hands. Yeah, so you're using the left waist, not just crunching onto that left waist. Use the left arm. Good, inhale up through the middle. Exhale, hands on the hips. They should be even, not the left one sticking up. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, turn the toes in. Both heels pushing away. Inhale, lift the arms out. Exhale, float forwards, wide-legged forward fold. Bring your hands down on the floor if you can, but without rounding the shoulders. So if you have to bring your hands on your shins and push back a little bit, open the chest, take the tailbone out, that's fine. Really, really nice. So if your hands are down on the floor and you're folded forwards quite a lot, I want you to inhale up halfway. So your chest and your bum are in line with each other, and then take the arms out really, really wide. So this is quite a lot of work on the outside edge of your glutes. Yeah, chest opening a little bit more. Good, inhale. Exhale, bend into your right leg. Good, inhale up through the middle. Exhale, bend into your left leg. Now keep the feet both down on the floor as much as you can. Inhale up to the middle. Good, exhale, bend like you're flying. Good, inhale through the middle. And exhale over to the side. Keep pushing the foot away. Now can you make it more expressive in your own time? Chest stays flying. You make it as smooth and as fast or as slow as you like. No pressure in the lower back. So maybe you're really quite high up, and that's absolutely fine. And you keep pushing the outside edge of the feet away. Really, really nice. And then you hold it towards the front of your mat. Good. Try not to use the hands to spin yourself to the front of the mat in a lunge, And then bring the hands down, step back, plank. Good, inhale. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, lift up the chest. Try not to crunch the shoulders to the ears. Exhale, downward facing dog. Really, really good. Inhale, left leg goes up. Exhale, foot between the hands. Now if I see you around Cambridge, inhale, right arm out, look forwards, warrior two. Really, really nice. I mean, she almost broke her trousers doing it, but it was worth it. Push back through the right heel. Really get that glute working. Really nice. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Keep the left leg bent. Look at your right hand and just pick it up. Just above the right leg. Energy and sparkle in those fingertips. Now you're holding something here where you are, not taking it beyond. Yeah, so be comfortable here and now. Really nice. Inhale up through the middle. Exhale, hands on the hips. Check that that right glute isn't sticking up. I mean, it's really a big tendency for a lot of people. Good, even it out. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, turn the toes in. Inhale, branch the arms out, push the feet away. And then see if you can lift the heels just a tiny bit off the floor. Good, and then exhale, coming forwards slowly. Yeah, so you can go as far as you like. I really don't mind, yeah? You can look up towards your own backside. That's an interesting yoga pose. Some of us do that in other poses that aren't that one in yoga, metaphorically. It's not about ego, or it shouldn't be. Good, and then inhale up halfway. Really nice. So there's this point where you're pushing the feet out, but the side of your bum really works. Bring the hands onto the sides of the bum. And it should be firm as you push out, and that's holding it. Yeah, bring the arms out, inhale. Exhale, bend into your left leg. Keep the arms wide. Good, inhale, straighten. Keep pushing the feet away. Exhale, so as you bend into that right leg, the left foot stays on the floor. Inhale up through the middle. And exhale, one more time, slowly, each side. Inhale through the middle. And exhale. Good, now start to move with your own breath. Do what you like with the arms. Yeah, don't have to copy me. You can be quite high up if it's pressurizing your lower back. Try and keep the feet flat on the floor. I know you can get more depth if you turn the toes up, but try and keep them flat on the floor. Really nice. Good, the next time that you come over towards that left foot, spin to the front of the mat and squeeze the thighs together without using your hands, and then step back. Plank. Inhale. Exhale straight away, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Blubber the lips and really, really nice. Bend the knees, look forward, step or hop forwards, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees a little bit. Slowly uncurl and literally draw your hands up the front of the legs. Yeah, like you're emulating that really bad posture that you have at the desk if you work at a desk. And then continue, lift it all the way up, and this time peel your ribs a little bit open. Good inhale. Lower belly in, exhale, arms behind the ears, chest open, and maybe glutes pushing forwards to take the weight back in the heels. Really lift the chest away from the lower back. Good, and then inhale up through the middle. Exhale, wash the hands slowly over the face. So a purifying moment. Inhale, lift up. And exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Good, palms back to the front of the room. Really, really nice. Inhale, lift up, palms touch, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left leg goes back. Good, now frame that right leg with your hands flat on the floor. I want to see if you can take it all the way up to three-legged dog and maybe through a straight leg. Lift it all the way up to three-legged dog. Now bend the knee and open the hip and see if you can move around in circles. Yeah, try and get your heel as close to your bum as possible and keep your spine out of it for now. So keep your armpits equal towards the floor. Good, and then hold it open. Take that knee as high to the sky as you can, with still having the right armpit and the left armpit facing the floor. So try not to spin through too much. Really, really good. And then can you extend through that leg and keep the hip open? Now notice it's really probably quite high. Good, inhale, squeeze the glutes. And then exhale, correct the hip and close the hip. And notice the leg is probably not as high. Good, inhale, open the hip, squeeze the glutes. Try not to roll through to the right. Good, exhale, squeezing it in, really tough work. One more time, inhale, open. And then slowly bring that right foot behind the left leg and turn your chest to the sky wildly. One of the hardest things of the class, yeah? So really push up through your glutes. Take the chest open, inhale, and exhale, downward facing dog. Put it all down. However unglamorously you get into it, move it around. Inhale, and exhale, knees down on the floor. Untuck the toes and push back, child's pose. Take the palms to face up behind you. Good, and really let the head relax, either one cheek down or the forehead down on the floor, which isn't very good if you're talking, or if you have a big nose. So just let it relax. Now, if this is the first time you really felt your breath, that's okay. No judgment. Try and breathe into your lower back to let some of that back bend ease out, the contraction ease. Good, and then slowly hands come forwards. Inhale, look forwards, and exhale, round yourself up to sit on the heels. Good, so I know there's a couple of people who don't perhaps know Wild Thing, yeah? So I'll show you where we're going, so you can just sit there and relax. Lifting up, moving through and opening the hip, very easy to spin through. I'm sure a lot of people feel that, yeah? I want you to try and do that, keeping the chest square to the floor, and then taking your leg up with an open hip. You can probably get a lot higher than with a closed hip, yeah? And really notice the difference. It makes you want to spin through. You're trying to isolate it to the hip. Good, last time you actually do roll over, bring the foot behind the leg, and lift up. Weight in the thumb of that hand. If it's too much, put your bum down on the floor and look like you're on the front cover of a woman's magazine, one of those awful magazines, yeah, and just lift yourself up, yeah? So giving it a go on the other side, yeah? So inhale, and exhale, plank. Good, extra breath in. Exhale, lower down, make it smooth. Inhale, float up the chest, taking a vinyasa. Careful placement. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Step the left foot between the hands for this challenge, yeah? Inhale, look forwards. And then exhale, take that left leg up to three-legged dog. So maybe you go through a straight leg and you can lift a straight leg up. Maybe not, yeah? That's not the focus right now. Bend the knee and start to circle around. So you can sort of feel where is open in my hip and where is closed. So that you're spinning that knee up towards the sky and squeezing the back of the glutes together and trying not to roll through to look onto the left armpit. Good, now hold it open. Square your chest to the floor so your left armpit is as close as your right. Good, and then inhale, extend the leg. Really tough work. You can point the toe, fire up the leg, inhale. Exhale, squeeze the hips together, come to neutral in your hips. Good, inhale, open the hips. So you're rolling the left glute on top of the right glute. Good, exhale, closing it in. Really hard work. Inhale, lifting and opening. Bend the leg, take it behind the right leg, and lift your left arm up or over into Wild Thing. Push your seat up. Push your right thumb down and your shoulder away from the ear. Inhale, and exhale, downward facing dog. Take it out. Pedal it out. Maybe take the right hand off and shake it if it's not comfortable. Good, inhale. Exhale, knees down, untuck the toes, push back. Child's pose. Hands facing up behind you, so your shoulders can really roll in towards the floor. Really nice. Deep breaths into your whole front body, but also into your back body. Out to the side, up towards the ears. Really, really good. Hands coming forwards. This time inhale, pull yourself forwards. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward dog, seat going high. Really nice. Inhale, left leg goes up. Exhale, left foot outside the left wrist. Good. Lizard pose. See if you can really push back through that right heel. If you need to put the knee down on the floor, then do. This is preparation for our splits, yeah? If you can really power through that back leg, that can really help. And try and keep your chest open, not towards the floor. So come on your fingertips, even if you can go down on your elbows, come up onto your fingertips, get space, yeah? Really good. A little bit of a bounce, turn the left toes out a little bit, right foot outside the right wrist, hands coming into prayer. Prayer squat, now an open hip position, glutes working hard to turn the knees out. If it's really uncomfortable, but you can't get your heels down on the floor, just try and keep the chest as open as possible. The spine is the most important. Good, fingertips coming down on the floor, bum lifting up a little bit, chest staying open, left leg back. So we're on the other side. Turn the right foot in a little bit. Power through that left heel. So you can work back from the glutes to the heel. Chest open. Every inhale, chest forwards. Every exhale, not collapsing and losing it. Pull the shoulders back without popping the ribs open. It's like everything has a counteraction. You have to bring it into the midline somehow. Really, really nice. Turn the right toes out with a tiny bit of a bounce. Step forwards. Prayer squats. Good. Take the tailbone down, but lift the crown of the head up. Lengthen the back of the neck. Really, really good. Inhale. And exhale, try and get your bum down on the floor and the knees together. Palms facing up. Now that was probably the hardest bit of the class. Yeah. Boat pose. Really, really nice to imagine this is a shelf on which you could put a snack. Always makes me think of popcorn. I don't know why, but I imagine I could eat my popcorn here, yeah? I may or may not have done that in real life. Squeeze the knees together, really open through the chest, not rounding forwards, inhale. Exhale, fingertips down on the floor, and see if you can take your legs almost to the floor and lower your lower back to the floor, but keep your shoulders off. Really, really nice. So we're going to hold it here if we can. Heels can come down, but try and keep the shoulders off. Optional. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, arms back, shoulders down, but still off the floor. So away from the ears, but off the floor. Big breath in. Open the mouth. Breathe on your toes. One more inhale. Exhale. Then hug the knees in. Try and keep your lower back on the floor as you bring your forehead towards your knee and really decompress the spine. Excellent. And then rock backwards and forwards. Now this is our fun bit, yeah, because obviously the rest of the class was not fun. But rolling backwards and forwards, let go of any inhibition. Imagine you're a child and you think twice about it. Let go of the arms. So a bit harder to contain all that energy that's rippling and bubbling up from your pelvis. Come all the way onto the feet, chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, round backwards. Fires up the glutes. Inhale, chair pose. Good, exhale. If you've got low blood pressure, be careful. Yeah, inhale, lift up. One more time. Exhale, round, backwards. Lift up and hold. Good. Now, what do you need to do to bring yourself into that steady position after all of that turbulence? There's not enough turbulence in life at the moment now sometimes when things are really static and feeling stuck at home. But in the outside world, there is a lot. How can we find the midline? Inhale, look up. And exhale, let it go. Good. Maybe move your arms around a little bit. That residue of energy from that rolling up and down, still bubbling up through the body for the remaining sequences. Yeah? Excellent. Hug the right knee up towards the chest. Really, really good. Now, peace fingers on the big toes. So try not to get the right knee moving out to the side too much. Now, if you can't hold your big toe and keep a straight left leg and a straight spine, i.e. you do this, then hold the knee into the chest or take the hands underneath the hamstring, yeah, the back of the leg. Wherever you are, inhale, shoulders back, and exhale, start to extend, and maybe you don't go all the way because your right shoulder starts to come forwards. If your right shoulder can stay back and you can stay straight, then extend the leg all the way. Yeah, and it really is not about reaching this shape. It is about keeping your spine upright, the basics, maintaining the basics. If that's what we need to do, anything we need to do right now is maintain the basics. As regular eating as we can, as compassionate as we can, as much sleep as we can allow. Good, and then slowly bring it in, turn it out into tree. So the foot comes in the inside of the leg and hands come to prayer. If your lower leg is really not liking it, you can bring the toes on the floor, put a bit of weight in those right toes. It's still tree. Doesn't have to be foot behind your head. Good, really, really nice. So wherever you are, you take the foot off the leg, bend both knees and try and weave the right knee behind the left knee and come all the way down. Maybe you use your hands and keep your left foot on the floor. Both sitting bones on the floor. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, right arm outside the left leg and spin through. Or if that's too much, you hug that knee in. So quite a compassionate gesture, isn't it? Hugging that left knee in towards the chest, maybe more for you today than outside. Yeah. So more of a pull in than a push away could be a good one. Good. Maybe you lift your left hand off the floor and take it up. Take a mudra with the fingers. If that adds something of connection into this shape, and also remind you that you're not slouching back onto that hand. Yeah. So keeping both sitting bones down, that left glute on the floor, left big foot on the floor, big toe on the floor. Good, inhale, look up. And exhale, release, spin through to the middle. Really nice. Start to shift the weight backwards and forwards a bit. See if you can almost lift the bum off, lift the front foot off. Good, and then step on that left foot, take the right leg back to a lunge. And then step back to plank. Really, really good. Left knee on the floor. Spin it off halfway, right foot down, right arm up, side plank. Good, so really try and lift the glutes sort of away from the mat, the waist arching away from the mat. Now, if it's okay, you can take that left leg and slide it underneath the right leg, but only if it's comfortable on your left wrist. If it's still not enough, you could do the same, these fingers on the big toe, and extend the leg straight up, but keep the height on your waist. But it's really not about that. It's about, are you connected in this moment? Is it right for you? Maybe all those home workouts are not right for you. All that pressure to reach your goals. Good, exhale, hand down, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra, chest up. Back muscles working harder than an upward dog. Push back, downward dog. Really nice. Bend the knees, look forward, step, or jump forwards, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach all the way up to the sky. Exhale, release the arms down. Good, so left knee coming up towards the chest. Now maybe you can take the peace fingers on the big toes and extend the leg, but you lose energy for the tree pose. So have in mind that you know what the sequence is. Conserve the energy. Good, right hand on the waist, left peace fingers on the big toe, hand to foot, this is cool. Really inventive name. Inhale, shoulders back, exhale, heel moving away. Shoulders do not move forwards. Yeah, it's not like you're with a bit of attitude, you're really pulling it back. Yeah, so keep work through the front of that leg, through the back of that leg, heel to glutes connection that we know about. Good, really nice. Shoulders down, inhale. Exhale, bend, bring it in, turn the knee out, and put the foot inside the leg. So do not put it on the knee, either above completely or below completely. Hands coming to prayer. Really press that left foot into the right leg, but push the right leg back into the left foot. Tree pose. There's a bit of wobbly movement. Well, sometimes it's a bit windy. Good. Inhale, lift the left foot off. Exhale, bend both legs. Maybe hands need to help you on the floor as you weave the left knee behind the right ankle and sit down onto both sitting bones. Yeah, so get that right glute right down on the floor, but keep the right big toe down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Good, exhale, twist over towards the right. So you can hug that knee in. Maybe play around with it. If you always take the elbow outside and it becomes a bit of a push, get out of my way, knee, I'm going somewhere. Then let go of that, make it a bit of a hug and pull in. And maybe reach your right arm up and try and look beyond the back of your arm. Really nice. Keeping that right glute down, yeah? So keep your bum on the floor. Inhale, look up a little bit. And exhale, release the arms. Good, a bit of a rock. Not all the way back, but a little bit of a rock back Rock forwards, like you're stepping. The feeling is to step on that right foot, enough to take your left leg back to a lunge. Good, inhale. Exhale, plank, lower down. Inhale, float up the chest, shoulders back and down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Really, really nice. Inhale, right leg goes up. Exhale, foot between the hands. This is the moment you've been waiting for, Colleen, asking for the splits. Put the left knee down on the floor. Really, really nice. So lift yourself up to a boxed off position again. Now, how far away from the splits is this? Yeah, quite away, but our legs will start to move away from each other, but not in that way that everything comes out. Yeah, we want to try and keep that feeling of being boxed into square hips. Yeah, so squeezing in like we did in that first lunge. Now, in your splits, your body should be in this position, not leaning forwards, which is the temptation. So we'll start carefully. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, push the heel forwards and the body does come forwards. Yeah? So try and wriggle your knee back, your left knee back so it's under the hip. Good. And then maybe walk it back a little bit more and come to a point where it feels like you're still squeezing everything in, and then see if you can lift up and keep the connection on the inner thigh. So it can really help to have props, yeah, if you're quite away from the floor. So, but without the props, it really tells you, are you still squeezing the inner thigh? Because if you're not squeezing the inner thigh, you're going to fall over, yeah? So maybe you can inch it a little bit more until your hands come on the floor and your chest is still over the hips, yeah? Starts to bring in a bit of a back bend. Yeah, maybe you can go all the way, keep your back toes tucked under, or untuck the back toes, and try and keep the inner thighs squeezing together, lift the arms up, yeah? But that is not the point. Yeah, the idea is to really keep your body upright. So where do most of us go? Here. Because we love stretching the hamstring in yoga, we love stretching the back of the legs and getting really flabby glutes, yeah? But we do not like coming into the front of the back leg. Yeah, that is really, really hard work. So if you're squeezing the inner thighs together, like you're trying to cinch together the inner thighs, then that is where the work is. It's not about coming out on the floor and everything sort of spilling out. Yeah, walk it back in slowly, wherever you are now. You can lean forwards. Good. Okay, and then stand up again. Really, really nice. Untuck the back toes. You're back where you started. Now, left hand could come on the left glute. I want you to see if you can pick up your right foot and hold it off the floor. Yeah, now how hard is that? That is the containment in the pelvis. Yeah, that is really, really trying to use that left glute to hold you. Good, and then put it down. Sit back on the heels. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, push down the legs, lean back. Inhale, lift. Exhale. You can open your mouth a bit. Inhale. Let off the steam and push. Good, inhale, lift up. And relax the arms. Good, so does that make sense? Yeah, it's a slightly different way of doing it. Now, I can easily come into the splits if I open my hips, yeah? So a good example would be coming into the splits and opening my hips so that if I bent my knee, it would go that way rather than going straight up towards the sky. So really remember, it's not about how far down, it's about can you keep parallel. Really, really, really good. So coming back into downward facing dog, you might now need to know, you might know that you need props on either side of you to try and get really upright. Good. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, foot between the hands. One side is usually better than the other. Yeah, stand yourself up, box everything off. Back toes tucked under. Really, really good. So you can check, is everything coming in? And could you hold a piece of paper between the top of your leggings or your shorts? Really, really nice. Good, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, push forwards through that heel, bum going backwards, and your bum probably goes towards the heels, and your knees are not quite underneath your bum. So you can wriggle the right knee backwards so that it's underneath the glutes, yeah? I don't know how many times I've referred to the glutes in this class, but there we go. Lift yourself up, hands on the hips. Now, if this is enough, you stay here and you work that right hip forwards and that left hip backwards. You don't skip over the foundations, because we all need strong foundations to then allow that flexibility. I know I need a strong foundation of regular eating to then have the freedom to have a snack or to be spontaneous about things. Yeah, so in that context of eating, really good example. Good. Inhale, and then exhale, maybe start wriggling it back a little bit. Now you might need to bring the hands on the floor as though you had props there, but try and bring yourself upright. Yeah, so this constant going forward beyond where we are, always reaching. Try to ease back off it a little bit and realize there's a lot of strength there in that right side of the body. Good, so maybe you have props, yeah, that you can really start. It does induce a bit of a back bend. Try not to really blur the ribs out, yeah. Going all the way out, you might keep the toes tucked under as a bit of a guide as to, are my hips open or closed? So all the toes should be down on the floor. Really nice. Is the head relaxed? Could you squeeze the thighs together a little bit more to contain it, not to get more out of it? Good, and then slowly hands come down, wriggle it all back in somehow. Good, and then stand back up where you were. Back toes untouched this time. So everything boxed off 90 degrees, yeah? Really good. Hands on the hips, pelvic stability. Can you lift the left foot off the floor and not turn it out? Yeah, so don't let the left foot move over to the left. Try and keep it there. And if it comes off for a second, doesn't matter. And then bring it down. Sit down on your heels and relax. Good, so hopefully that helps break down the split. Yeah, it's much better to have a prop on either side and be over the pelvis than to constantly just be like, I'm trying to split my legs. Yeah, really trying to work the foundation of keeping the thighs together. Excellent. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, coming forwards to plank. Inhale. Exhale, right knee down on the floor. Turn the right foot off the mat. Left foot down. Left arm up, side plank. Really nice. Try and drop that right shoulder away from the ear by pushing the thumb into the floor. Left heel kicking away. Left arm not spinning behind you as though you're trying to reach over there. You're okay in the middle. Right leg might join the left. Left leg might be lifting up, but you don't lose the foundation and drop everything towards the floor. Yeah, so really be mindful of that. Good, inhale. And then exhale, left hand down. Come all the way down onto your belly. One elbow down, other elbow down, Sphinx. Good, lift and open through the chest. Good, bend the right leg, reach back, catch a hold of the right foot. So don't let that right knee move out to the side, keep it directly behind you. Good, draw the heel towards the bum. Keep the front of the right hip on the floor. And start to breathe more into that front body. Good, maybe you spin, fingers facing forwards and lift left arm off the floor. I'm not really worried about that. Yeah, try and square the chest to the front of the room. Go as far as you like in these open kind of classes, but make sure that you're sticking with the principle. Yeah, so here it's really the breath. Never lose the breath. Good, inhale. And exhale slowly, lower that right leg down. Right arm comes down. Chest forwards and open, shoulders down, left leg bends. Reach back. You might lean over to the right to do that, but then you roll the front of the left leg back down onto the floor. You can take any variation you like. Push down into the floor with that left hip. Really, really nice. Keep pushing the breath through, or drawing the breath through. Not in a way that pushes you beyond, but really helps you connect with where you are now. I cannot emphasize that enough. And then slowly, left leg away, both elbows down. Good. So optional here to stay in the Sphinx, or tucking the toes under, contain the ribs in and coming into forearm plank. So a really good one to consolidate a neutral spine after quite a lot of back bending. Yeah. So if you're in your forearm plank, you can start to walk the feet in to dolphin, which is like a downward dog,
but with the forearms down on the floor. And you can take any variation you like. I'm not even going to mention them, because there are people who are much newer to Vinyasa yoga here, and I don't want to put them off. This is really, really hard on your shoulders. Now get the elbows straight back, not out to the sides. They point back, not flaring out. So wherever you are, you might be in the forearm plank. You might be walking it up and walking it out, or you could be in the Sphinx. Just be precise about kind of where you're going. Good. Inhale wherever you are. Exhale, walking it out to the plank, untucking the toes back into Sphinx, and then exhale all the way down. Good. You can bring the elbows out wide. This stretch is for thoracic spine release, so you might want to look forwards a little bit whilst I show you. You're taking the left arm out and bringing the shoulder on the floor, and then trying to roll over towards that shoulder as far as it feels comfortable. Yeah, so it's a really strong shoulder stretch. Be really careful if you've got very open shoulders. So the idea is you're out on the mat, your left arm goes out, shoulder on the floor, and then start to roll over onto the left side of the body. You can have the feet together, you can bring that right foot on the floor, and then really lengthen the left side of the body. So your right hand can be on your waist, your head can be relaxed on the floor. It's not about going really far here, but see if you can really lengthen the rib cage against the floor. Breathe as fully as you can into your abdomen, as well as your chest. Good, inhale, and exhale, slowly roll yourself down onto the mat, so you're peeling yourself back down. Good, and then you bring your left elbow in, your right arm out, roll over towards the right. So trying to have the hand at the same height as the shoulder. Bring the hand on the waist, the left hand, bring the left foot flat on the floor. Up to you, but try not to go so far as it's uncomfortable on that rotator cuff muscles of your right shoulder. It's not a crunch, yeah? So really lengthen the breath through the right ribcage. While you could separate your ribs and those intercostal muscles could pull apart a little bit because your breath is so generous. Good, inhale. And exhale, slowly curl down towards the floor. Really, really nice. Pushing yourself back, tucking the toes, last downward facing dog. Really, really good. And I want you to walk the hands back towards the feet. So you're at the back of your mat, bend the knees, feet can be hip width apart, and uncurl through the spine. Bring the feet together, reach the arms all the way up. And exhale, release the arms. Really, really nice. So close the eyes if it's comfortable. If that really feels distracting and your mind whirs off somewhere else, then don't worry about it. You're at the back of your mat. And I want you to walk up to the front of your mat with your eyes closed, really slowly. So notice as you shift the weight into the foot. Notice which foot wants to go first, which side feels more balanced than the other. Notice if you really feel quite unstable, surprisingly dizzy. Can you really respect that? Can you really listen to that? Maybe your arms want to move around a little bit, so you counterbalance here in space. And this idea of moving forwards today, of making more space, all this stuff that we do in yoga is not a rush to get beyond where we are. Now you stop before the end of the mat. You're moving forwards with your breath, with your body through time, but it's not about getting there, it's about noticing each step along the way and giving yourself what you need, the maintenance, the foundations during this time that you're at home. Not skipping over that part. Now blink the eyes open if they were closed. Last flowing movements. Inhale, reach the arms up, stretch the movement and the breath. Palms touch, exhale over towards the left, hip towards the right. Good, and then can you roll your shoulders towards the floor and then uncurl through the middle of the body. Good, inhale, reach up. Palms touch, exhale over towards the right, hip towards the left, and then curl yourself down towards the floor and uncurl through the middle of the body. And if you're unbalanced, it's fine. One more time, inhale, reach up. Exhale over towards the left and make it more continuous, and then up through the middle of the body. One more time, inhale, reach up. Exhale over towards the right and less formal and up through the middle of the body. Now, this time, inhale, reach up. Start to just move it around, yeah, in full circles. And then maybe you change direction at the top. And these circular movements are beautiful. They don't go anywhere, do they? They just move round and round. Good, notice if your hips are moving a bit with it, and that's fine. Good, and start to make it a bit more of your legs. Bending, scooping towards the floor, moving from side to side, and maybe it's not very controlled. Maybe you can recruit some muscles to keep that foundation. Maybe you're worried about what it looks like, or it needs to look like how I'm doing it. I really don't care. Good, and then start to make it closer to the floor. Yeah, so head dangling towards the floor, a bit of a movement side to side, circling around, really informal. And then whatever you like, closer and closer to the floor, bend the legs more and more, and then lift the heels off the floor, maybe moving a little bit side to side. Really, really nice. And then hands down on the floor, inhale, lift the chest a little bit, and then step back to plank. Exhale, knees down, left forearm comes down, and you roll onto your back. Good, find your way onto the back and hug the knees into the chest. Really, really nice. Now crossing your right leg over your left once or twice. Arms going nice and wide. Inhale. Exhale, drop your knees almost over towards the left, but don't touch the floor, and stop before your right shoulder comes off the floor. Yeah, so your right shoulder should be on the floor. Good, inhale up through the middle. Exhale one more time over towards the left. Maybe you look towards the right and check that that right shoulder stays on the floor, and you keep your feet and your knees off the floor. Good, inhale through the middle. Exhale over towards the left one more time, and then you allow the feet to come down and the knees to roll over, and try and keep that right shoulder down as much as you can. Let the tension go out of the head. Feel maybe those left ribs flushing out against the floor, the right ribs nice and free. Good, and then inhale up through the middle. Untangle the legs, cross them the other way. So the idea is that we're keeping the shoulders nice and even, and actually will help stretch out the thoracic spine. Inhale. Exhale, move the legs over towards the right, but keep your left shoulder on the floor. So the knees don't have to go on the floor, the feet don't have to go on the floor. They definitely, or almost definitely won't. Good, inhale up through the middle, some core strength as well. Good, exhale over to the right with the knees, maybe look left. Keep the left shoulder down on the floor, some weight in that left shoulder. Good, inhale through the middle, looking up. Good, exhale over towards the right with the legs, then put them down on the floor. Flop the head over to the left, keep the left shoulder down as much as you can. Really gentle spinal twist. Maybe a bit more extreme if you're not used to it. Breathe the right side of the body into the floor, the left side open. Good, and inhale up through the middle, uncross the legs, hug the knees in. Good, and then take the left leg away, take the right leg away. Flop the feet out a few times. And then lay the right hand out, palm facing up, left hand out. Palm facing up and closed eyes. If you want to keep your eyes open, that's also fine. And now this is about here and now, not about what happened during the class and how well you did. It's not about what's happening afterwards. It's about your breath in your body on the floor. And if it's really hard to focus on that, help yourself out. Bring your hands to feel your breath. Give yourself permission to switch off the tabs or the notifications in your head. Relax the jaw, the tongue, things that keep us chattering away in our head. And respect how much this is part of the practice and how difficult it is alongside things like the splits. To sit with yourself or lay with yourself, however you are, without needing to change things that might be uncomfortable, without things changing or getting anywhere. That is not lacking at all. That is noticing what it is to be alive now. Start to deepen the breath. Bring it in gently. Let it out gently, but make it a bit fuller. Inhale. Open the mouth. You start to move the body. Now, don't worry about how it is, how it looks. Maybe you roll around a little bit. I don't mind. It's your practice, it's your space. Hug the knees into the chest. Rock a bit side to side, backwards, forwards, and then roll over to one side. Push into the supporting hand and come up to a seated position. So anything where you feel comfortable. Cross-legged, even weight down on the floor. Good, and bring your hands onto your chest. Maybe eyes are still closed. Feel that breath rising and falling within you. And sometimes real discipline is to let go of the trying, to let go of the goals that are all about the future and getting better and improving, and might be even based on ideas that we're not enough as we are. The goal of yoga is as worthy, if not more, to connect and to not be afraid when we connect that we find things that we don't like, and not having to rush to change them, and somehow just getting through this time and other difficult times can be enough. Inhale, reach the arms out. Exhale, pull the prayer down. 2 more. Inhale, reaching up, these circular movements, constantly moving. Exhale, bringing it down, but not necessarily going anywhere. Really nice. Inhale, reaching all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, bringing it down, bowing forwards and ending your practice saying namaste. Namaste.